I drive a lot for work, logistics inspection, cross-state routes, mostly nights. Quiet highways, long stretches of nothing but trees and headlights. It's boring. Sometimes peaceful. Sometimes not. I used to make the overnight drive from Memphis to Oklahoma City once or twice a month, usually for work, sometimes just to clear my head. Always solo. I'd pack a thermos of gas station coffee, queue up a few podcasts, and head west through Arkansas. It's not a pretty drive. Just a long, dark haul with dense woods, empty exits, and truckers who never seem to sleep. One night last July, I left later than usual. Around 9:30 p.m., I was supposed to get some sleep before the drive, but I didn't. My head was racing with too much noise. I figured I'd just power through like I always did. By the time I passed Little Rock, it was close to midnight. I was white-knuckling the wheel to stay awake, my brain swimming in static. The highway had emptied out. Just my headlights and the occasional distant glow of a semi's taillights way ahead. That's when the fatigue started to hit hard. My eyes would blur for a second, then snap back. I turned the AC on full blast, slapped my cheeks. Didn't help. I knew I needed to stop, even if just for 5 minutes, to stretch and get my pulse back up. Then I saw it. A small blue sign lit up in the beam of my headlights. Exit 47, rest area, 1 mile. No other info. No logos. Just that. I didn't remember ever seeing exit 47 before, but it was late. I'd driven this stretch dozens of times, but maybe I just missed it. I didn't care. I needed to get off the road before I crashed into a ditch or worse. I took the exit. The ramp curled downward and disappeared into dense woods. No lights, no other vehicles, just the narrow road, slick and dark. When I pulled in, I saw the rest area was little more than a loop with maybe 10 angled parking spaces. No vending machines, no patrol signs, just a small brick restroom building under a flickering light. It felt forgotten. I backed into a spot furthest from the trees, instinct maybe. Killed the engine, left the keys in the ignition just in case. The air was thick and silent. Not a single sound. No crickets, no wind. It felt like the woods were holding their breath. I walked toward the restroom building, flashlight in hand. The door creaked open with a loud metal groan. Inside, it was dim and musty. A single flickering fluorescent bulb lit the space. Graffiti covered the walls, mostly names, dates, profanity. But one line near the mirror caught my attention. If you hear knocking, don't look. It was written in fat black marker, underlined twice. Someone had scratched deep grooves under the words with a key or something sharp. It looked fresh. I laughed nervously. Probably a joke, or some weird Arkansas folklore. Every rest stop has its local legends. I splashed cold water on my face and stared at myself in the mirror a little too long. My reflection looked off, like I was already halfway to being someone else. I turned and left. Back in the car, I kept the engine off and reclined the seat. Just 5 minutes, I told myself. Just a quick rest. I must have nodded off because when I opened my eyes again, my windshield was fogged over. I sat up, wiped it with my forearm, then I heard it. Knock. Soft, dull. Not on the window, on the trunk. I sat perfectly still. Then, knock knock, this time on the passenger side. I whipped my head around. Nothing. The lot was still empty. I reached slowly down and locked the doors. Seconds passed. Then behind me, tap 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 on the rear windshield. I didn't turn around right away. I couldn't. I just stared straight ahead and waited. No more knocks. But I heard movement, slow footsteps, crunching gravel. They circled the car once, twice, then stopped right by the driver's side door. I held my breath and finally looked. Nothing. No one there. I started the car. Click. Again. Click. Third time. Nothing. The battery was fine. The lights were still on. Why the hell wasn't it starting? I reached down to pop the hood when I saw it. A face, just outside the driver's window. It was there for less than a second, just long enough to make eye contact. The man was pale, filthy, eyes wide and unblinking, like he hadn't seen the sun in years. Grease smeared across his cheek and a faint line of blood at the corner of his mouth. He didn't move. He didn't knock. He just smiled, and then ducked out of view. I fumbled in panic and hit the horn, slammed the door locks again, tried the engine. It roared to life. I peeled out of that lot so fast I nearly hit a trash barrel. Tires screamed against the pavement as I flew back onto the highway. Didn't stop. Didn't even breathe until I saw signs for Fort Smith. At a well-lit gas station with security cameras and people, I pulled in and checked every inch of the car. Nothing out of place. But on the back windshield, 3 handprints remained. One large, the other two, too small, thin, wrong. Later, I checked GPS history to show someone the location. Nothing. Exit 47 doesn't exist. Not on my maps, not on any route logs, not even on the state's Department of Transportation website. I asked a cop I know in Oklahoma City about it. He went real quiet, then said, "We don't talk about that stretch. Too many stories. Don't ask again." I haven't driven that route since. I take the long way now, through Dallas if I have to, but every now and then when the night's real still and I'm alone, I swear I hear it again. Tap tap on the window.